Hi, I'm Saad, CEO and co-founder of Citelighter.
I'm Jokl, COO and co-founder of Citelighter.
I'll start the answer this way, right? When you hear really good CEOs provide interviews versus mediocre ones. Mediocre ones say, I came up with some kind of brilliant strategy to help the company overcome X. And the really good ones say, I just never stopped because I wanted to see my mission come true. And the mission for Lee and I, it's actually really simple. We want to make sure that we can empower everyone to be valued for their written thoughts. That's the mission, end of story. Now, in order to reach our mission, we have to build a very large company that can scale, that's helping children, that's helping high school students, college students, that's helping adults understand how to communicate their thoughts. As a result of scaling, we will be very financially successful. So I don't think you can separate one from the other. Now, the great thing about the company that we're building is that we're not selling a product that people consume necessarily. We're selling a product that helps people invest in themselves and become better and create more value out of their own life. And that should actually increase the total amount of the value in the world at the end of the day. Myself, a very poor writer by nature. And the way that I've been successful is through one key skill set that is probably going to be the most important skill set that any young person can have in the future. I'm really good at looking at large swaths of information, taking that information and coming up with meaningful conclusions and figuring out how to communicate them out to other people to convince them of something that I believe in. Literally the singlest skill set. And with the majority of the jobs in the future going away from manual labor and really being a product of knowledge work, if you don't possess that skill, you're not succeeding in the 21st century. So what we realize is that when you tell kids to write, which is really just a visualization of their thoughts in a written form, that they struggle because they're overwhelmed, so they don't necessarily know where to start. So what we did is we created a platform, and it's incredibly simple. We take complicated writing tasks and we just break them into these easy, manageable pieces, which teaches a student how to think sequentially through that, and they can apply it to anything they do in life. And that very simple organizational process provides some of the largest gains you can possibly imagine when it comes to helping kids write. Now, the reason why writing is so important is that it's required 3 times more across every single subject, and it really is the bridge between being in school to actually doing something useful in your professional life. Now, if you kind of take a couple steps back and think about where kids learn how to write, it's in the classroom. And the reality is that teachers are incredibly overwhelmed in the classroom because teaching students how to write is one of the most time-consuming tasks, bar none. So what we did is we created another platform that streamlines the entire writing process by helping teachers create assignments. More importantly, helps teachers efficiently do real-time assessments so they can help students at the point where they need some help and they can take advantage of that teachable moment. We provide them with a grading platform so they don't have to spend their late night hours where they should be with their families grading, but they're doing it far more efficiently in accordance to the standards. And then we provide analytics and data on writing, which is something historically teachers have never had, so they can really understand how to be more effective while teaching their students. And so we've created this platform that when students use it, actually improve their writing scores by 30 to 40% over several months. And to watch a child go from barely writing a paragraph when they're 8 or 9 years old to 3 or 4 weeks later, if the product is implemented properly, watching them write complete research papers, it's one of the most fascinating things in the entire world because children, right, they're really raised on these things now. And if you provide them with the appropriate technological infrastructure, man, they can do so much more than they were ever capable of. It could even be entering the workforce sooner. You know, it's one of the other things we consistently hear, which is foreign to Lee and I, because this is the only way we work, is people always say, we like working with you guys because you listen to what we have to say. And it took us a real long time to understand that a lot of entrepreneurs out there, they think they know what's best and only their way is the right way. And Lee and I have understood that our way is probably the wrong way. And the only thing that you can do in order to be a successful entrepreneur is maintain your sense of flexibility to consistently bottom and weave based upon customer feedback or investor feedback to move as fast as you possibly can. And that's like, you know, people say betting on the jockey and not the horse. And the reality is, right, you know, once you understand where your mission is, you're just constantly doing this every single day to figure out how to get there.